Yeah, man. Another week. We're there.
Do you know what? I wanna start out by giving a shout out to Darren Moore actually.
Yeah,
Sheffield
100%.
Wednesday yesterday. That game was intense.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I watched. Funny enough, I started watching from about 2-0 because I watched the end
The
of the
the
Newcastle
Newcastle.
Brighton game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Then it was 2-0. And I thought, oh, okay. Then it went to 3 and I was like, oh, okay. And then I switched it off at
Nah, I knew they were gonna score.
like 97 minutes and 30 seconds or something
I
like
knew.
that.
I don't know how I knew. I thought they're gonna score a goal here because they were on top
Peterborough.
of Peterborough for the whole game, pretty much the whole game. And if I'm honest, I think that first leg was like it just wasn't the Sheffield Wednesday that I'd watched all season. Like they were just a bit off. But then when you're at home, you got the advantage of being the home fans and that. I could just see it, man. And I could watch people. I was watching people walk out the stadium, like 97 minutes or whatever. And I thought, nah, please just sit back down, because you lot are gonna score. And then the worst thing was the clearance for the goal was shambolic. Like if he just put his foot through that and clears
Yeah,
it,
it was a mess.
it was mad. It was tired. It was just tiredness in it. You're tired and it's one of them feeble clearances. It
Yeah,
was mad.
your legs are done.
Finish,
But
man.
yeah, obviously, for people that listen for context, so well, it depends on how much you know about football. But as a game on Sheffield Wednesday, Peterborough, they have to play each other twice in the playoffs. Peterborough won 4-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. The manager, who's one of a few black managers in the whole football league, so I think was he like one of four in
Yeah,
the
something like
92
that.
teams or something like that.
Yeah.
Got racist abuse from his own fans. Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough played the second part of the match. Yet last night they won 4-0. Sorry, they were winning 4-0, and then it ended up being 5-1. So it went to penalties, and then they won the penalty shootout. That's never happened in the history of English
Yeah, it
football.
was mad. It's a mad
So
game.
yeah, great win and shout out. Obviously, I know Clinton Morrison was there. He was obviously emotional as well. So hopefully Sheffield Wednesday win the playoff final. I think it's is it Bolton or Barnsley? I think
Yeah,
they
that's
play. I
tonight.
think they play tonight, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tonight, man. But yeah, credit to them, man. The two teams that I want to see come up. Obviously, I want to see Sheffield Wednesday back in the Championship, but more importantly, I want to see Coventry back in the Premier League. So forget Luton Town. I don't care about them. Coventry need to be back in the Premier League, man. I'm praying that they do it, man. I'm praying that they get back in the Premier League, man. They're a big club, man. When you think about our childhood, yeah, they are like one of the biggest clubs. When I say big, I don't mean for do you know what I mean? Like they're not United or nothing like that, but I just mean
No.
historically
But
being in the
they got
Premier League.
heritage. Yeah.
Yeah, being in the Premier League, Highfield Road and all that. Darren Huckabee, do you know what I'm saying?
Dion
El
Dublin.
Hadj Diouf, not Diouf, Haji, Mustafa Haji.
Haji.
Yeah,
No,
Haji.
was he? Oh yeah, was he?
They
Was
did
it?
have
Oh yeah, he
another
was. And he
Moroccan
went to
though, or
Villa.
Egyptian.
He
I'm
was
sure they did.
Moroccan, and they had Robbie Keane as well,
Robbie
and I think
Keane,
Craig
man.
Bellamy played for them as well.
Craig Bellamy, Dion Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They had a team as well, man. Steve Staunton. Let me go even further back, man. And
Oh.
says Steve Staunton for the youngsters. Them Steve Staunton was there.
Yeah.
They had another black brother there as well. Something was it Charles?
Paul
Or was
Williams.
Paul Williams? Charles was at Aston Villa.
And
Gary Charles,
Richard Shaw, I think.
Richard Shaw. Yeah,
The
that's another
Donny
one.
with the perm.
Little,
Yeah.
yeah. Funny, man. But yeah, hopefully they come back up, man, because they've had that. And to be fair, their club's run. You're trying to be run a bit better now than it was the last couple of
Yeah.
seasons, and I know they still got turmoil with the stadium and all that as well. I think they've sorted that now because they had to play at St Andrews in Birmingham for a bit, and then they were back at it's not even called the Rico now. I think it's called the Coventry City Stadium or something like that. So
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, they're doing all right, man. I want to see them come back up, but remember the last couple of episodes ago we were talking about people just coming into my house, entering the house. Do you remember we was talking about it, cuz? Do you remember?
Yeah. I do actually. I do.
Yeah. Remember what I said?
What?
Remember what I was saying? Mad, innit? A couple of weeks later down the line now, I'm sending you videos of some people going into a random man's house for TikTok or for views. And it's mad. Like, if anyone hasn't seen the video, just you'll find it on Instagram or TikTok, Twitter. I think there's like 4 boys, school boys, walking. The woman's outside, sweeping up, They just walk up to the stairs, walk into the man's house, and I think the man's name's James. Let's just call him James. I think that's his name. And the wife's like, James, can you come upstairs? He comes up. He's got his son in the house or his daughter in the house, young little baby toddler, and they're talking about, isn't this where study classes or? No, you can't do those things, especially as a young black boy. Sorry, we've got to pinpoint that bit out as well.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
It's foolish.
You can't. You're setting yourself up for a madness. I'm telling you. But what do you think? What's your thoughts on that, man? Because it's a bit mad, isn't it?
I need to start with I'll come back to leaving your door open, but yeah, that's insane. And I think what caught my attention was someone said if this was America, we'd be talking outrage because that kid would be dead. I'm not even kidding.
Lawfully as well. Got, lawfully killed.
Yeah, but it's just, I know when you're young you want to have fun and that and everything, but yeah, it's scary. I can't. Do you know where it was? Because I couldn't quite figure out.
Nah, but it was somewhere nice and affluent. I'm gonna say it's definitely London. 100%. It's London. Somewhere,
probably
but
West London somewhere.
West London or somewhere on the outskirts. That's just, you don't be walking like you shouldn't even be walking into anybody's house. But when they're a rich person like that, they got a bit of money.
Crazy.
Just please don't do that. Don't do that, because this is why we've got T-shirts with kids' faces on and we're standing outside government buildings protesting about stuff. It's because of people like this. Because you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
Now imagine James was a Russian arms dealer. Do you know what I mean? And he's living in affluent West London with his kids trying to live a normal life, but technically he's an arms dealer, so he's got a bag of guns in the house, and he just sees four black boys walking in his house, and he's got his kid downstairs with him. That could have been a whole different story we were talking about.
And listen, like I'm not even gonna lie. If I'm walking upstairs with my kid, and I see four boys in the house, regardless of colour, but I just see four boys. If I've got any weapons on me, I'll give them one warning, and like I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but I'm gonna think twice, especially if my kids are around. You know what I mean? My hypothetical kids, that is. But this is. I don't know what came over them, and also, not that you should be doing it anyway, but filming it. I mean, are you stupid?
Yeah, but that's for the views, man. This is what, when we were talking about the footballer stuff, and we were saying about the Arsenal players walking past the young girl or whatever and all that, and I was saying sometimes parents will use their kids to get a bit of clout and views. This is my example that I'm trying to tell a lot of people about. People don't care in this day and age. If it means, here's another example. I was watching another video in America, and this man was pretending he had petrol in like a, what they call a jerry can. So he was walking around. So he'd get out of his car, he'd pour what was water, but obviously you don't know that.
Oh,
he's pouring all the petrol in the car and go to light the car. Yeah, and he does it, and then he chases someone and tries to douse them in petrol, and then tries, but it's just, and so it's a prank, it's just water, because he tries it on one man. Bearing in mind he's in America, and this guy, gotta say, he's a black man. The guy that's trying to do the prank here, the man comes out his car, pulls out like a Smith & Wesson, one of them proper country and western Clint Eastwood guns, them big ones with you gotta spin the thing. He walks out the car, takes it from his holster, and the guy's like, no, it's a prank. What are you doing? Because the man says, you're lucky I was about to kill you. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing for views? Man are risking their life for a couple of views.
It's mad though, because I always say America is a mirror for what will happen here, or what is happening here anyway. But you're right, because there was one, there's bear them out there, but there's one I saw where the Donny, I think it's on escalator, and tries to start talking up the girl. He grabs someone else's girlfriend. That one's mad. And there's the other one, I think you sent it in the Walmart, where is he like pull out a gun or something when he's trying to rob the store? And it's like, do you value your life so little that you do that just for views, that no one's gonna care tomorrow? Like, we'll watch it, either laugh or criticize, and that's it. No one remembers you. But that was that is insane, and I hope other kids, listen, especially the black kids, don't go and do that, because you're gonna find yourself in all kinds of trouble. And some people, not me particularly, but some people ain't gonna have sympathy for you because that is a wild thing to do. I'm not even gonna lie to anyone, not even white people or rich people. That's just
Anyone,
that is a
cuz.
mad thing to do in general. Yeah, to anyone.
Yeah, yeah. But this is
You
what
know
you
what I
just said
mean?
before. You made a very good point because it don't matter the circumstances to me. If I got my kids in the house and you're walking in, I don't know what you're here to do. Prank or no prank, I don't know that. You haven't told me what you're doing. I'm not in on the prank. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I've got my
Mm,
kids in the house, there's only one route I'm taking. Not going to
mm,
incriminate myself, but there's one route I am taking,
mm,
and you know what route I'm talking about. So
mm.
there's no, there's no like rational reason for you to be doing that. And then to take it another, if I've told you to come out the house and you're not coming out the house and you're going into the living room to sit down and put your feet up. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, but something mad is happening in that house.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know the maddest thing about that as well? That would have been insane if that guy or anyone that's in that position, that's the homeowner, picks up that kid, drags them out, and dashes
Oh
them
yeah,
out.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
that they'll get done.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know how mad that is? I
Yeah.
wouldn't have sympathy for that, but and do you know what the outrage would be? And then he'd have all the outrage, and then this video would probably surface like a few weeks later for context. But this guy's probably been, would have been dragged and lost his job, and
Mm.
you just
But
some kids are brainless.
this is what I was saying before about like we end up with kids t-shirts with their face on the t-shirts and justice
Yeah,
for this person just because we're doing these stupid things. I'm not saying everyone who's, do you know what I mean, been targeted or been or lost their life or whatever over something is because of stupidness. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you've got people like doing this, you're not helping the cause at all. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because people just
yeah.
see us as idiots and that they don't take us serious. And then when we try and do these serious things and push these proper messages, people are like, but you're just
Mm,
running up into James's house trying to do TikToks. So they don't take us
100%.
serious. Other people, other communities, other races, they can do those kind of things, get away with it, and still go and get top end jobs or whatever. When you see like that boy now.
Mm,
Remember I was talking about memes and stuff like that last week.
mm,
These are the things eventually, because nowadays as well, jobs they search. I know he's young, so I'm not talking about him. But say he was like
yeah.
18, 19. The job like employers they check your social medias now. So if they see you doing stupid
Mm,
shit like that, they're not gonna employ you. Do you know what I mean? They
definitely.
ask this. I've
Yeah.
gone for jobs and they've asked for my social handles. I shut down the application, didn't carry on with it. But what my point is, there's people that will willy nilly hand over their socials and they've got all those like videos on there doing
Yeah.
stupid things.
We've seen it though. But I've got a question for you. Um, Based on what I was saying before. So the front door's open. Do you, do you leave your front door open like that for anyone to walk in? Because I'm thinking that's also I don't know the context. So because occasionally, like if I don't know, like I'm running to empty the bin or whatever, I'll just leave it open. Do you know what I mean? But that looked
Yeah,
like
but
that was just
sorry,
like open.
how far's the distance though? Are you talking like literally just
Oh, it's round the corner. Like just yeah,
so
round the
wait,
corner. Do you know what I mean?
so you open your door. Can you still see your door from around the corner? I suppose what I'm asking.
Yeah. So I'm talking about when I've done it. So like you've got like when you got like I'm thinking like when I'm like my mum's for example, come out the door. You know my mum's yard
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Come out the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
door, and on the left you got the garage, and then
yeah, yeah.
behind that is the bins. So like
Mm.
that distance, like 10 steps, just leave the
I,
door open.
yeah, I mean, I leave it open. Like when I'm cleaning the car, for instance, my door's
Yeah,
open.
like that.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I'm
yeah.
there, so I can. But then so was that woman. So even me just saying I'm there doesn't mean anything because she was on her own property, and they just walked past her anyway. So do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I think within reason, if I'm in the house, my door's locked. You know that already. And that's
mm,
just for those reasons as well, and also because like look at the little girl that got shot up here not long ago, a couple of months ago. Like, and I
mm,
know her mum was being a bit fast. So I'm going to be honest. Like she opened the door to see what was going on outside, but that man that was being shot at was just running into people, like trying to escape from the gunman. So when he saw that door open, he just ran it in, and that's how the little girl died, because he just carried on shooting in the house. So I never have my door for that reason, because people just try your doors. I remember being a kid and someone tried our door, like some random guy just tried the handle. I remember him doing it. I remember him. This is before Ring doorbells and all that. So literally, you look through the spy hole, the little hole in the door, you could just see him trying the door. Random guy. Did not know him. So people will try your door, and I just think in this day and age, man, you gotta be careful, man, because people are mad out here, and I don't mean that in like I mean they will do anything for views. They don't care whether you're. Imagine that was a whole different scenario that those boys went into. There's I don't know, a mum or a dad with cancer, and they're dying, they're on their deathbed, and do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're walking into. You can't just burst open someone's door and do that. But I've got a question for you, actually.
Tell me. Should
James, I'm sure his name's James, I'm calling him James, but should James, especially where he lives as well, because obviously he's probably, that house, them kind of houses probably get targeted from time to time, right? Should he not just have his door, better security, have his door locked? Get what I'm saying? I know in the day, I know maybe middle of the day you don't, but when you got, like, for me, I got my kids in the house, so I've got to protect my kids at all cost.
You know what it is, though? I think that's the answer to the question. There's what should he be able to do, and what would you do? Because I just keep it locked. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll keep it, like I said, apart from if I'm literally, like I'm by that door, I can see the door all times. I can see everything.
Yeah.
But should he be able to just have it open? Yeah, 100%. He shouldn't have to. Like, people shouldn't be just walking in. But if you've got, I don't even know. It's a hard one, because it's even like with foxes. You know, there was the story, I think it was a few years back, where the fox just ran up in the yards and, like, I think bit up the baby. I can't remember if the baby died or was, like, seriously injured. It's even like with the back door. It's crazy. So in theory, you should be able to leave the door open or just have it as it is. But would I do it? No. Closing that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that. Do you know what I mean? This ain't the 80s or the 90s. Even then, people are getting kidnapped and all of that. But those times you could do it. What now? Just keep it closed, man. Don't. Why am I taking a risk?
It's funny, you know, because you just took me back to one of the previous episodes with Jesse, and wasn't it the rabbit and the fox?
I think you had to bleep that story out, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
It's not funny.
It's not, but the way he told it was funny. No, the way he was telling the story was the funny bit. It didn't have something to do with the barber as well. Was it in the barber?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny.
I laugh at that.
Yeah. I remember now. It's coming back to me. I'm gonna try and clip that bit into this episode. I'm gonna try and find it and clip it in, because it's one of the funniest. That's one of them golden moments on the podcast, man. But no, it's funny as well. You said that about the door being open at the back, the back door, because only a couple of weeks ago, because I normally keep my back door open because of it's like unrealistic that someone's gonna jump over the fences to get. You'd have to jump over like 4 gardens to get into my garden. The way it is, it's a bit mad.
Yeah, it's quite secluded.
Yeah. So anyway, so one day, because I normally keep it open in the summer, just to, do you know what I mean? It's just open. And then one day I was working not in the kitchen, basically. So then I came in the kitchen. I don't know what possessed me to just check the back door. I get there, and there's a cat, a black and white cat, ready to put his dirty paw into my kitchen. I thought, are you all right? I looked at the cat. The cat was brazen as well. It didn't even move, didn't flinch, just stared me down. I said, "No, you got to go. Get out." I had to get the broom. Them old school Tom and Jerry moments. I had to get the broom. Yeah, I was ready to beat the cat, man, with the broom. Like, no Kurt Zuma. But yeah, but now it's been shitting in the garden. Now I don't know whose cat it is. I'm going to find it. It's been shitting in my garden. So, but yeah, going back to your thing, I think you got to keep your doors locked, man. Just keep them locked and be safe. And Ring doorbells are a good thing now, because they walked into his house. But imagine that was at night as well, and then they're trying to get in. Do you know what I mean? At least you've got evidence to see what they're trying to do. Because technically, because someone said online, "Oh, is it not a criminal offence just to walk into someone's house?" It's not.
Don't think it's just trespassing, isn't it? So
Well, if the door's open, it's not even
it's not
trespassing.
breaking and
The
entering.
door's open. It's open. You're not. Do you know what I mean? If a window's open, technically there was a way to get in. So the laws around that probably need tightening up as well. Because in America, in certain states, you walk into someone's house, your head is getting cannoned off like a watermelon. I'm telling you, because it's all about protecting the property, protecting your family. I can't. Is it Colorado, Texas, somewhere like that, where
probably
it's one of those kind of redneck countries. Is that politically correct? I don't know, but one of those states where you can just protect your land at any cost whatsoever. It doesn't matter what, whether they were here to just sell you. Oh no, did you hear about the guy actually? Who just a bit of a trigger warning actually, but did you hear about the guy that went to pick up his sister? I think we sent it in the group chat. He went to pick up his sister, and he parked at the wrong house, and the man shot him like in his head, in his eye, in his back of his neck, like shot him. Not like, can you get off my drive? Like warned him. He literally came out and just shot him up.
It's cold murder.
Yeah. No, he survived. He survived. He survived it because he's.
I was thinking of the he's in intensive care, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the other guy, the subway one. That guy died,
there's
didn't
a
he?
separate one.
Yeah, that one survived.
Yeah, you're on about the man who got the war vet that choked out the. I think he was like a Michael Jackson impressionist, wasn't he, or something like that? The guy that died. I think he used to do. I think on the subway he used to do like Michael Jackson impressions.
Is that what it was?
I think so, but I think he was homeless, and I also think he had mental health issues with mental health at some point as well. I think so. I don't want to be put on record to say that's fact, but that's a sad one as well, man. Because and then I think people were saying that he was still alive. They put him in the recovery position. No, you did. Everyone out filming this should be not one person thought, bro, like they're killing him in front of me. Let me just get off his neck. Like they did not learn from the previous stuff that's happened in America. They're still doing it. So
it does make me think though, is if there's, I can't figure out, because back in the day people would intervene, like something would happen, and as long as you don't feel like you're in danger, like it's not weapons and that, you just break it up, like you just break up a fight, and or you see people break up a fight. So I'm wondering if there's, I don't know, some kind of law or something where no one interferes anymore. Maybe I'm missing something.
I think it's the other way around. I think was it Eric Garner or George Floyd, one of them. Anyway, so if someone filmed it, they ended up getting prosecuted. Whoever filmed it ended up getting prosecuted as well. So I don't know why, what kind of like legislation in America that permits you from filming a murder or whatever the case is. But I suppose what they're saying is you could have potentially intervened and stopped that from happening, and you just carried on filming. So the person who recorded, I think it might have been Eric Garner.
I think because I can understand why you wouldn't, if it's the police.
It's different, especially over there as well.
I'm not interfering with the police because you don't know, and you'll be the one with the foot on your neck. But that's I don't know. So it's a weird mentality, particularly if it's one person and it's a civilian as well.
Yeah.
And there's a bag of people there. You don't know what's going on, but if you kind of know the situation, just break that up. Break it up.
Yeah, but just to round this bit up, please, anyone who's 13, 14, 15, 16, 88, please do not walk into someone's house without permission. Because I don't want to be seeing no young, especially black kids, sorry to be just pointing out the minorities, but I don't want to be talking about someone dying in someone's house because they walked in to try and do a TikTok and got their neck slashed open or something, still got stabbed in the chest, because that is probably what people will do. Not everyone's James. Not everyone's nicey like James who doesn't want to get a criminal record. Some people got criminal records already and they don't give a shit, and they will just take you to another element of life that you don't know about. So please do not walk into someone's house. It's not funny. It's mad. Try that shit with me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, man.
You ain't James, innit?
I'm not James. You said it right as well. I am not James. I'm trying not to do anything mad or say anything mad, but I'm not James. You're not James. We are not James. I don't know Jameses. So please don't do that, man. It's mad.
And like, they're fun, innit? They just eat like, you know, carrots and cabbage, and like they eat like they're calm, innit? They're nice pets, and they're good to look after, yeah. But I remember we had 2 kennels, innit? When we had three rabbits, and we used to have to take turns, innit? We had like a little rota that our mum made us, yeah. So my mum will put them back one day, then it was my turn, then my sister's turn, innit? Yeah, to put them away. They take long to put in the kennel because they run around and all that type of stuff, yeah. And one time it was my sister's turn, yeah, moving lazy, innit, yeah. She didn't put them back in, innit? But because I remember this was primary school days, innit? So I used to always go and see the rabbits before we was going to school, innit, yeah? After you have your cereal, go and see if the rabbits are good and that, yeah. Went down this day now. Oh, I used to look out my sister's window first because her room led to the garden. But man, looked over out the garden, I just see blood and like, bro, I see the first rabbit, I just see it slumped on the floor, yeah. Bro, the second one, I just saw the body, like severed head, you know. And
what happened? Was it a fox or something?
I think the foxes dealt with them, man. But I was so hurt. I was crying, blood. I'm not gonna lie. I was in tears. I couldn't believe it. And then the other body was in next door's garden.
Right, yeah, it's definitely
nuts.
Foxes, man.
Yeah, they got mashed up, man. I was gutted, man. But yeah, the same thing happened to my barber, and he was telling me a story, yeah. And his sons were there, innit, at home. So it's like, he got home from cutting someone else's hair, and the same thing he saw in it, like, he saw a bit of blood, and he saw one of his rabbits just laid slumped on the floor, yeah. It's not funny. But, so he was telling me the story that, like, he's like, yeah, he mashed up the fox. I was like, what do you mean you mashed up the fox? And he's like, obviously in patois, innit, but he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I cornered him, yeah. Innit? He's like, might have to, I don't know if we can keep this in.
No.
I think we can. I don't know if we can, but please. And then, like, he's kind of, he cornered the fox, yeah. And then...
With his bare hand?
No, I think he... No. No, he used...
like a club, like
I can't remember what he said. He threw a brick at it first, and then I think he had cricket bat. I was
gonna say, because they carry bare fleas on it and shit like that.
Yeah, cricket bat, and he was just bashing it with the cricket bat. This is what he was telling me.
And cracked his skull like Napper.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, you don't believe me? Go to that. This is a road in my engine.
Yeah.
I ran the corner from yo, behind the phone box. Yeah, the fox was there, dead up. I was like, Ross, man wasn't lying, you know.